This knife has a straight edge on it, so it's very easy. And maybe in our world here, there lives a happy little mountain. Edge on it, so it's very easy. Maybe in our world here, there lives a happy little mountain.
Hey y'all, Chuck here. Hey, it's time for another weekly viewer question and answer. I've got quite a few questions, so I'm going to try to fit them all in. I had to extend some from last week to this week, but if I miss you, I'm sorry. I'll try to answer them next week, or I'll try to answer them online. Okay, so let's get started here. Mr. Lucky 7J asked, have I ever been to Udon Thani yet? He keeps hearing that name, but doesn't know exactly where it's at. Well, we haven't. We've driven through there once, but we haven't stopped. But our plan sometime this year is to spend maybe a week there. We do have some friends, some Thai friends that live there, and I also have a few subscribers that live there. So our plan definitely this year is to try to make it there, and I'll show y'all. I'll show y'all the town and what the town has to offer. It's not too far from here. It's about I think about a 4-hour drive from there to here in Tucson. Thomas says the Grand Canyon, Niagara Falls, have I seen any comparable natural beauties like these in my travels? He says America seems to have the best and spectacular sights. I've been to quite a few places in the world. The Niagara Falls in Canada is I made a video on it. It's very beautiful, very touristy place, but we really enjoyed the Canadian side of Niagara Falls. But the beauty, yeah, America has some awesome parks, but I've been a lot of places in the world, and there's a lot of beautiful things everywhere. Even in the Middle East, there's a lot of beautiful stuff. Vietnam, a lot of pretty stuff in Vietnam and in Laos. Cambodia was beautiful. There's a lot of places that I haven't been yet. Krabi and Phuket was extremely beautiful, you know. But anyway, I'll let you know when I'm done traveling who's got the best. But I don't know. I like them all. Mary Jo Mercer asked, will Paige ever have babies? No. No babies. My died. I can't. I have 3 kids already. They're grown up. They have kids of their own. That was one of the attractions to Paige when I met her. She told me she didn't need or want my money. She said she didn't want to have any kids, and she said she didn't want to get married. So that's why I married her. No kids. I couldn't imagine it. We don't even have pets. So Mr. Michael asked, do I have no motorbike? My question? Well, our family here has 2 mopeds that occasionally me and Paige will hop on and go eat lunch or something like that, but I don't see any need for it. I see a lot of Thai people just getting on their moped and going like one street down. I don't understand that. They should walk. I think diabetes is running rampant through Thailand right now. A lot of people are getting overweight. The food, they're eating a lot of desserts, a lot of breads, a lot of starches, and they're not exercising like they used to. Everybody used to ride a bike, but not anymore. So no, I not just for that, but I enjoy riding the bike. If I need to ride a moped, we got it. Will I buy a new one? I don't know. I doubt it. Their two mopeds are like, who knows? They're old, but they're still fine. I think they're 2 strokes still. But anyway, no, I'm not buying a new moped or motorbike. Patty Stern Jacob asked, is there a hospital where you live, and are they up to date on the equipment? Yeah, I showed a video on the last couple videos ago about that the local hospital here. They do have quite a bit of specialty stuff, ERs, trauma centers. Are they up to date? I've never actually been in there, Patty, to answer that, but I've asked Thai people, and they say, yeah, they've got everything's pretty much up to date in the hospital. But I think if you really need to go, Udon has the best hospital, I think, within between Nakhon Phanom, Mukdahan, and Udon. Probably major stuff, I would go there. Or I don't know, a lot of options, unless it's an emergency. Then I'm at the hands of mercy. Chris Serku asked, is there any Canadians in my area? I don't know. No, I don't think so. Everybody here other than me is European or Australian. But no. I'm the only American here, and no Canadians. I have met one Canadian, and I did a video on his resort in Phuket. But anyway, no. TQ asked about traveling around Thailand. She experienced the Wi-Fi in the hotels was great, but had to re-log in sporadically every couple of hours. Is this typical or indicative to our price that we paid for the accommodations? I had the same problem in our travels, and I actually did go down to because I was trying to upload videos and I couldn't because it kept logging me off, and it was impossible to do. So I did go down and find somebody that could speak decent English, and they told me that a lot of times the weather resets the routers, but mostly there's a lot of heavy traffic and they can't seem to get whatever they need to get done on the computers. They reset the router, especially for people like me that I'm uploading videos and probably slowing everybody down. So yeah, they do that she says they do that in the hotels sporadically, but in Krabi, we had a problem with connection because of the mountains, and when you're in a hotel or something like that, they require you to log in with their password, usually by getting on the internet. Usually in places that are automatically connected, you never really notice other than a slow speed or a restart. But anyway, those are the answers that I got for myself for your questions. That, but what I recommend if you come to Thailand, it's only $20, about 700 baht. You can get an unlimited data card, unlimited SIM card, and you can get everywhere I've seen to travel, except in the mountains, I've had 4G. There was a couple times I tethered my laptop off of my cell phone. I had better connection coming from my cell phone than the Ethernet connection running through the house for whatever reason, only sometimes. But you can get this, you can go to 7-Eleven and get a, for 20 bucks you can get a decent subscription. Or if you got a tablet or something like that, you don't, or if your phone's not unlocked, your phone has to be unlocked. But if you have a tablet or something like that, you can use your tablet if it accepts the card, and you can just use that for internet. Sorenki asked about motor scooter prices on Japanese models, like a 300cc and up, or a bigger bike. And he asked about the 200% markup on Japanese bikes. Well, they don't have a 200% markup on anything made in Japan, anything made in Asia. That's part of their trade agreement. They don't really only do that in Western countries, or especially America. It's difficult for me to go around town and talk to people here at the moped shops because they're very limited on their English, and I'm probably a little bit better at Thai than they are English. But I did go to a couple places and I got a brochure and I got you some prices for that. But my friend Brian in Cha'am, he bought a nice Honda. He bought a nice Forza 300cc moped. It's big, and I think he said he paid $4,500 US for this thing. But I did ask about the bigger bikes here, and they said about 180,000 baht, which is around over 5,000 US. But I'm sure the price is negotiable with cash, just like anywhere else. I've never bought one, so I'm limited on that information. But anyway, here's some prices on some of the mopeds that I did find, and you will see that you can probably search from your home. Craigslist also has a site here in Thailand, and there's a lot of people selling mopeds here. A lot of foreigners that are moving out, selling their mopeds on Craigslist, and you can usually find a pretty decent one. And the cost of repairs is so crazy inexpensive here. It might be worth it to buy a used moped and have it checked out and totally repaired. Probably a lot less than a new one. So anyway, that's also Harley-Davidson is an option here in Thailand. Not only do they have a lot of Harley-Davidson dealerships in Thailand, but they're building a manufacturing plant here. It should be somewhere in 2018. So by them building a plant here, that gets rid of the 200% tax. So I'm really curious. Not that I'm going to buy one. It's too big in Thailand. But I'm really curious about the prices on that when they come here. But that way, they can just build them here in Thailand, and yeah, it ought to be extremely cheap compared to the United States, I would imagine, to buy. Unless for some reason the parts being shipped over here, I don't know. We'll have to see how it plays out. But next year you ought to be able to get a Harley-Davidson a lot cheaper than you can right now. Mike Smith asked about gun ownership, target shooting, and he asked about archery. I'm going to put a link up about just some gun laws here in Thailand, but it's illegal to possess a gun in Thailand, especially a foreigner. But you can possess a gun if you have a license to do it. The rules are pretty strict about gun ownership. Almost impossible to get. I went through a couple forums and they say it's just about forget it trying to get a gun ownership if you're a non-Thai citizen. They do have a lot of gun ranges. I did not see one in Cha'am. I'm not 100% sure if there is one, but there is a big one in Phuket, Bangkok. Most of the major cities do have gun ranges there. Some of the military bases you can go and you can use some of their. A lot of the gun ranges I see have like semi-automatic. Whether they're fully, I don't know, but they have a lot of different guns that you can choose from for target practice. Archery, I didn't know this until I started doing the research, but the princess was big time into archery when she was younger, and they do have a tournament here every year. I'll put a link up to that website, and you can look at it. But I didn't know it. It's pretty cool. Lester Hirsch asked, which is better, retirement or marriage visa? This question's been asked 1,000 times on the internet. I don't have a retirement visa, so I can only tell you my experiences. You can go to thaiembassy.com and get all that information. The only benefit I see, well, first off, I spoke to a Thai immigration officer who's a good friend of the family here, and I asked him, would it be better when I turn 50 just to get just to get the retirement visa, because I don't want to bring all my stuff every year, and he said, no, it's really easy for a retirement, for a marriage visa. Well, so far it hasn't been real easy, but anyway, we'll have to see next year. But he said, oh, you just bring your packet, and when they're used to seeing you every year, I said, well, the guy in Bangkok's not used to seeing me every year, so we'll have to see how it plays out. But anyway, there are some benefits to a marriage visa. You only have to have half of the recommended amount of money in your account for retirement, which is $400,000. For the lump sum, and if you want to work or do something later in life in Thailand, it's guaranteed to easily get a work permit. You still have to get the work permit to work, but it's easily accessible with a marriage visa. It just depends on you. If I was married to a Thai woman, I would just probably get the marriage visa. You can always change later, but the requirement's a lot less. But just read up on it and you make the decision for yourself. A lot of people say the retirement visa is much easier. Bill Wise asked about golf courses. Yes, Thailand has some of the most amazing, beautiful golf courses, and I know a lot of my viewers play golf too, so I haven't played golf since America. I've got too much other stuff going on, but they do have the PGA Tour here. Thailand is big time on golf, yes. That's easily looked up on the internet too. USNFTC, what does that stand for? Asked, does Brian speak Thai? No, Brian doesn't speak Thai. I don't think Brian has an interest in really learning Thai. He says a few Thai words like "Sawati Kapong," which, anyway, doesn't really mean a whole lot. It's two words combined into one, and he likes to say sit bat, or one bat, two bat, three bat. Anyway, Brian, I don't think, I've asked him that, he has no interest in speaking Thai, but I don't think he has to worry about it. He's got an awesome personality, and when Thai people meet him, they love him. So, yeah, smile goes a long way. He doesn't speak Thai. Micah Lettinen, sorry. Can foreigners make a living as a tourist police, and what are the requirements? I will give you a link to a website here on your requirements to become a volunteer tourist police. They do not have a paid position for that. It's all volunteer. But you can do it. Here's the list of requirements I'll put here on the comment section for the website. And if it's something that you want to do, there are quite a few tourist places, tourist police stations all throughout Thailand. I wouldn't try to really recommend coming to Thailand to try to make a living. You're not going to make a whole lot of money in Thailand. A lot of people come here and teach. but they live usually on the campus in the universities or close by in small, tiny rooms. But that's what they want to do, and they enjoy that lifestyle. But I just personally wouldn't recommend leaving your current situation and coming to Thailand without any backing, funding, and trying to live here on a Thai salary. So anyway, my personal opinion on that. But yeah, that would be awesome to do that. I thought about doing the same thing. Tell them one asked, am I mixed with Thai or Chinese? I said my eyes look Asian. No, I'm not. No one's ever asked me that. Maybe I was tired when I made a video or hungover or something, but I'm actually mostly, my namesake comes from England. I'm mostly English and Irish and then German. I'm 25% German, 25% Irish, and half from England. So, and Paige is half Thai and Chinese. Let's see. Man About Oz asked, do I ever get lonely for Farang company? Yes, I do. I do this vlog mainly because I have nobody to have in-depth conversations with here in Tapanon where I live. I enjoy visiting a couple of friends that I have here in our town, but you know, we come from two different places and our thinking is just totally different, so it's hard to relate to people that come from different countries. But I mean, I love having conversations. They are great friends, but I miss having conversations with people back home where I come from. That's why I like Brian. I like talking to Brian, and I just had some guests here from America just a couple days ago, so that was fun. And I got more friends coming. It's not so bad to where I want to go home, because I don't like the way our culture is going in America. That's just me personally. I have traveled all over America before we came to Thailand for about 7-8 months and met a lot of wonderful people. But I am much more content and happy here so far in Thailand. Anyway. Fidelity Quester asked, are there any pollution controls for sewage treatment in my town? He says first, second, and third stage treatment plants. It sounds like you know a lot about it. But in my town, little towns in Thailand, there is no sewage treatment, water treatment. The runoff water actually goes into the Mekong River. The sewage goes into a containment tank and gets sucked out like a septic truck, like we have like back in the States, and it gets disposed of in their container. I don't know what they do. I haven't been able to find that out, what they do with that. But do they have it in Thailand? Yes. In every major city they do have, well, I say major, most major cities have a water treatment plant in Thailand. Yeah, but not where we're at in the country. Joe LaPro asked, have I ever thought about teaching English to Thai monks as a volunteer? Yes, I have. I think that would be awesome. I ride through the temple grounds on a daily basis, and I try to talk to as much people as I possibly can, because that's how I'm learning to be comfortable. Well, it's not how I'm learning to speak Thai, but I'm learning to pronounce stuff better by practicing and listening. So, but
Excuse me, you know cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum,
ไม่เข้าใจช้า
Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. In the world, Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, oh, Bitcoin, Bitcoin, oh yeah. I don't know about it. ไม่รู้ Only
I study about Bitcoin.
Oh, okay, with coins. เข้าใจ
I think too. Travel around the world
ใช่
from Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, okay. How many do you have?
No, I don't have Bitcoin. ไม่มีสักบาท
ไม่มี Me neither,ไม่มี bit. See you later. You see me riding my...
I live in Thailand.
Me too. ผมอยู่ทัพนมใช่
Okay.
ผมขี่จักรยานรอบทัพนมทุกวัน
Okay.
Maybe I see you.
Maybe see you.
Okay. Nice to meet you. There are a lot of monks that do speak English, and they have a lot of schools and university on the monk on temple grounds. But I need to speak Thai first. I think that's very important to me to do anything in Thailand. Me personally, I want to be able to speak Thai, and then I will go up there and teach Thai to the little monks. Or all the monks there on the temple. But yeah, that's very cool stuff. I would really like to do that. I think that's a good thing for you to do. Mary Jo Mercer asked, do we have veterinarians? And where is the lumber yard? And one more, is there any dairy farms here? Yes, there are veterinarians. There are a couple here in our hometown. Thai people don't use them very much because they don't have a lot of money. I always see younger couples taking their animals to the vets. I wish they did more stuff for animal control here, but the Buddhist mentality on spayed and neutered is, no, they're kind of against it. But I just wish they'd at least wash their mange-infested dogs, you know. But there is an animal control, and there's veterinarians, and they have all the resources that they need to be good pet owners. Yeah, that stuff is here. Also, Mary Jo Mercer asked about where is the lumber yard. They don't use a lot of wood here in Thailand anymore. Everything is fabricated out of masonry and steel, mortar. But they do sell lumber. You know, if you go to a lot of the Global House, Home Pro, stuff like that, you'll see lumber there. You can buy it there pretty easily. There isn't any lumber yards here where I'm at, but mostly steel, welded steel is what they use here. And last, the dairy farms. Yeah, Thai people, they drink milk now. They didn't a long time ago. Starting, I think, back in the 60s, they went in with the Dutch, with the dairy cow industry, and the Thai people are running the dairy cow farm now. You can go to one, and they'll even stay on the dairy farm and learn how to milk cows, I guess. But they've been making pasteurized milk here since the 60s. That's about it. That's all I want to answer this week. We're going out of town next week, not sure what day. So I don't know how the next Q&A is going to be, but keep the questions coming. Thank you for all the new subscribers and all the wonderful comments and all the questions. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video.